I can't remember. Oh yeah, if you're not supposed to be under 13 on Twitch anyway. And every 13-year-old with access to the internet has already seen breasts. Come on now. They've already seen breasts and hog. They've already seen the worst shit in the world. Surely it's not going to make that much of a difference. Besides, who's going to Twitch to watch pornography? There's other websites on there. If you have access to a web browser, you're not going to be like, oh, let's go to Twitch to get off. It just doesn't happen, I think. The I'm 12 and what is this meme was a fun time for that. Hello, Lisa, welcome. Happy New Year, Dreya, and Dreya appreciate it. But yeah, I am very much in favour of, you know, being allowed to do basically whatever you want on Twitch. I don't really care. Like, people complained, like, people went through the same thing when they would complain about the hot tub streamers, where for a while people were in bikinis in hot tubs. I don't know if it still goes on. I never saw one on my dash. It wasn't really a problem for me. But, like, who gives a fuck? Like, it's not like they're going to be poaching views from gaming Twitch. Different audiences, I feel. So it's not really anything. It's just, who cares? They've already seen breasts and hog. It's the parasocial aspect of the sex work streamers that gives me the ick. That's true, I guess. It's the sort of thing of, like, sort of a sexual version of the NPC streamers. I don't know if they're still around anymore either, but that also felt a bit like a kink. You know, it would be like emotes going up the screen. It was like, gang gang, gang gang. Ooh, spicy. Ooh, spicy. Ooh, ice cream, yum yum. Ice cream, yum yum. Gang gang. That felt a bit weird. But, you know, is it really any different from this? Hot tub stream when? Oh, Christ. My room isn't big enough for any sort of hot tub. It would have to be like a child's paddling pool. Filled with what? What are the hot tub streams like? Are they actually hot tubs, or are they like filled with jam or something? I don't know what people are into. Everyone really lost their minds over that one. The internet was united on it. Right, where the fuck was I in this game? I have no idea. Honestly, it might be too long since I've played for me to go back to this. I might need to, like, rewatch my old episodes, but we'll see what happens. We were wandering around. I feel like we had kind of hit a deadlock. Like, we had gone over here somewhere, and there was a puzzle on the floor, and I have no fucking idea what it was. Filled with jam. What do people get off on? There's, like, mud wrestling. That's a thing that, like, Jads get off on, right, isn't it? I have no fucking idea what people watch on hot tub streams. Probably jam. Or slime. People love slime. Just bin it. People love slime streams, don't they? Like ASMR slime. You could probably combine breasts and ASMR in a good way. I assume this has already been done. Has anybody ever thought of making ASMR sexy? Just free idea for everybody there. It's probably free money. I don't think I can go this way. It's locked off for some reason. These lights don't do anything, and I have no idea what this is. Did Xena have a mud wrestling episode? You know what? I didn't watch Xena. I can guarantee that yes, they did. Who are these people in question? I guarantee it. Where? Jesus Christ, that's fucking loud. Hang on, I need to turn down my own volume. Were Xena and her little friend canonically lesbians? Or bisexians? Sorry, whatever you call bisexuals, that's what they are. Were they that, or were they just, like, hinted? Was it, like, you know, a queer baiting kind of thing? Gabrielle, that's her name. Did they make it clearer in the, maybe in the newer one, because they rebooted it, I think, or made a sequel show? They probably had to defeat an evil Roman mud god or something. Just a big bowl of stew with you frolicking in it. Oh, that wouldn't be nice. The chunks would get places. I don't know, but that's how all the gays remember it. All I know is that occasionally I'll see, like, Twitter, like, tweets with, like, a grid of images, and it's, like, Xena mood board, and it's all people, like, you know, that trope of, like, people, like, tilting up, like, somebody on their knees' chin with a sword and looking into each other's eyes. And I was like, were they actually fucking? Or was this, like, all nothing? Hot broth stream. I mean, that could be kind of nice. You could sip it as you sort of marinade. This is the problem. I don't think I'd ever do a bath stream in general because I think baths are inherently a bit gross. Just a little bit gross. I'm not saying like you're scum if you're getting a bath, but I think baths are a little bit... like, yes, they're exactly what I was going to say. It feels a little bit like making me soup when I take a bath. Now, I haven't had a bath since I was about 14 years old. Nobody used the bath in my old house, so they just ripped it out, and we had a shower, so nobody bothered. So I don't have a bath in this house, so it's been at least 13 years since I've been in a bathtub. But it does feel like you're just in a human broth. Japan does it better, as you wash first, then get in one. Legitimately, if I were to take a bath now, that's what I would do. I would take a quick 2-minute shower, at least. I'd take a quick 2-minute shower, you know, brush my hair and stuff like that, and then get in the bath and treat it as like a thing, you know? Like, put some candles up. Do people do that? What do people do in baths? Maybe just like stew in there for like an hour and read a book or something. Although that's annoying too, because I feel like then you'd have to get one of those shelves and you might get the book all damp. An audiobook, a podcast, something like that. Used to feel the same way, and about 5 years ago I did a 180, so when you'll be my age, you might come around, my child. We're basically the same age. They're so good for mental health. I mean, just chilling out. It's basically just sort of an enforced time of chilling out, because you can't really do anything else, right? So it's good for like I feel like if you have ADHD, it might be good for a bath. Maybe that's why some people like it. Because it will sort of force you to just kind of chill out a little bit in a little pond. Candles, a little incense and wallow. Nothing wrong with a damp book. I don't know how people bring their laptops near the bath. Really living on the edge. See, I'd be even dangerous bringing a book on there. I don't own a laptop right now. My cat always sits next to me and watches me with intense concern. Oh, the guinea pigs would be so freaked out. Because they don't like baths. We give the guinea pigs a bath like once a year, just to like refresh them, and usually after a haircut, and just we like condition their fur and stuff like that, about once a year, and they really don't like it. They would be freaked the fuck out. Or maybe they'd squeak and want to get in, because they do occasionally like swimming, but the baths aren't deep enough to swim in. Where the fuck am I? What am I doing? Where was I in this game? I can't remember. I don't know how to get where I'm going. I don't know where I was. It was down this way, and this was back to, like, the island. I don't know if there's anything I can do on this particular island right now, so I might as well go to the other island. Guinea pig hot tub stream when? Next time I give them a bath, I might do, like, a little, like a video on it, like a haircut and bath video for the guinea pigs. I would just bring in my Bluetooth speaker and sit it far away in my old share house. Again, though, I don't have a bath, so it's a moot point. I'd have to go dig a hole in the ground and wait till it rains or something. A while ago, I blew some foam across the room and he looked at it like, hey, what the fuck? Do cats... This is a stereotype, but I don't know if it's real. Do cats like water and baths? Because I know it's like a cartoon joke that they don't, but I've never tried. I've never had to bathe a cat. I need to see a swimming pig. Most don't, no. Forward, please. Some do. It's like the guinea pigs have gotten, you know, a little bit more used to it. Caught up now? I think so. But I think we're stuck, and I don't know what else we can do on that island. I've heard Maine Coons do. They like a little water. Depends on the cat, I think. You don't need to bathe most breeds anyway. Thinks you do. Yes. I know that you're not supposed to bathe guinea pigs very often either, unless they're skinny pigs. Which I've shown on the stream before, pictures of skinny pigs. I showed my grandmother a picture of a skinny pig the other day, and she recoiled in horror. But most guinea pigs clean themselves a bit like cats. You know, they do the, like, lick their paw thing and clean their face and their little body and stuff like that. So you're not supposed to bathe them often. It's only if they actively get muddy, or like once a year as a refresher. You're saving the lady from a dad for bearded bloke in game 1. Yes. Gandalf loves to have a sip and dip his little head under, but he hates a wash. Oh! I mean, I don't know if our cat has ever been bathed, but she tries to get into the shower sometimes, especially if Emma's in there. She will claw at the door and go like, "Rah! Rah!" Make like a weird human scream, trying to get in, but I don't think she'd actually enjoy it if she did get in. How would a pig end up really muddy? They go out into the garden sometimes. Like, very occasionally, their feet will get muddy more than anything, and you have to wash their little feet. I have a garden outside, and they like running around in the bushes and stuff like that, and then playing hide and seek and stuff like that. So sometimes they get muddy if they run in a puddle. We had to bath Winston because there was poop incident, and he was not pleased. Why do cats do that? There's sometimes just like weird stuff on them. Richard Gere visits. Oh, God. I regret bringing this up. Last time you discovered one of the more frustrating puzzles in this game, a door. I found 2 doors, didn't I? One was over this way, and one was the door with the beads, or that puzzle with the beads and the crusher. So those are the 2 puzzles we found. One time, I don't know what, but something was stuck in his tail, but he would not let us clean it, so we had to go to the vet to do it. That's what I do with their foot nails. the cats. I've never clipped the cats' not nails. What do you call it? Woman's nails. Nails. I've never clipped the cat's nails, but the pigs need to be clipped. And they just wiggle too much to make it not annoying, so I bring them to the vet to do that. Struggles with doors, lore. Doesn't sound like that happened. I think you're slandering Gandalf again. I've clicked escape. Now we're here. Whoa, there was a ladder up here somewhere. If we go out here, down here, over here, and up the ladder, like this, and then go in here and close the door. This was Frog Room, but if we close the door, there's a couple of places we can go now. It was down this direction here. Don't know what the fuck this leads to. Can't seem to stop that. There's no, like, levers around, or there is a button. But I can't interact with it. That's something I should be... One of these is gold? That one is gold? Maybe I should be trying to tap on that or something? Or maybe line it up with this? I'm not really sure what we can do with this room. It seems like a nightmare. There's another spinning orb somewhere else, but I can't remember how to get to it. And then there's this room as well. There's a door here, which I can't get into. And like a wire that leads up there, which might be important later. And then in here, we're back into this, like, fucking giant dome. So, who knows where we go? The perils of the fluff, they're beautiful, though. Other Spinning Boy is in the forest, but you haven't reached it, only seen it. Okay. How would I get to Other Spinning Boy in the woods? If we go back here, we can get back to the woods. I wish there was fast travel. Fast travel would be nice. Just wandering around pondering our orbs. That was one of my... Was that this year? I'm trying to think what memes came out this year. Or last year, I suppose, now. But, like, people have been doing, like, best of the year in music and movies and stuff like that. But what memes were happening? You find a button, that's the clue. If you hit a button, you can progress. I need to find a button, then. That was, like, 2022 or before. This is the problem. And I feel like this is... I feel like everybody's kind of disconnected from time now, and I blame the pandemic. I think the coronavirus pandemic and the lockdowns really disconnected people from any time or, like, remembering what fucking year it was. Like, and same with holidays. I feel like since the coronavirus pandemic, the first lockdown, nobody has really celebrated Christmas or New Year's here. And it's only been a few years, but, like, nobody's bothered. Hi, Dreya, guess who? It's that Ringo with the worst new name in the world. I saw you posting on Twitter. Let me go up from here. Disconnected from time, you say that, but just wait until the year 2000 comes along. That'll wake us all up. I'm sure it'll wear off. I don't know why I went Italian there, sorry. I'm sure it'll wear off. Thanks, Lamau. But it feels like nobody really gives a fuck anymore about Christmas. My nana was mentioning that. She was even saying at New Year's, we were talking about it, that neither of us were decorating our houses anymore. I put up a single, ornament and a small tree, and that's it. And my nana was the same. We didn't bother, decorating our houses for Christmas. And she said that she used to like doing it, but just hasn't bothered for the past, 3 or 4 years. And I went, oh, that seems like everybody. I didn't see any Christmas decorations on houses or Christmas lights this year. And the town Christmas lights were even smaller than usual. And there was not, as big a public tree. It's like nobody gave a fuck. We all have our decorations to take down, including 3 trees! Oh my god! So it's not everybody. 3 trees! My neighbourhood had lots of Christmas decorations. Maybe it's just an Irish thing. Maybe we've lost the Christmas spirit and we need some sort of Grinch to come and cure us or something. Right, I need to find a button, apparently, and maybe in the woods that will happen. A button in the woods. We're looking for a swirly boy. There we are. There's swirly boy. So we need to find our way up there. And I see a little bridge. Oh! Oh, it's a little beetle friend. Hello. Hi. Hi. Oh, I'd love to pet one. I imagine their little shells would feel quite smooth. Oh, good, a kazoo. Yippee. What the fuck is this now? This is Kylie Minogue spinning around. Oh, God. Okay. Speaking of shows and media properties that my dad watched basically as softcore pornography. My dad had a huge crush on Kylie Minogue and probably still does. I don't know if I actually know what Kylie Minogue looks like. She's even blocking her face right now with her arm. She was in Neighbours, I believe. I do remember this being quite famous. I don't know if it was a classic by the time I was young. When did this come out? Spinning Around. Taken from the album Light Years. This came out in 2000, so I would have been 4 when this was out. Jesus. I remember her being brave for being so old and dressing like that. She was 32. Oh, the past. I've never heard this before, but I don't like it much. Really? I thought this was maybe it didn't reach all the countries, but I feel like this was an international hit you could not escape for a while. I don't love it. Doing honor mode is about being a sweaty bastard in Baldur's Gate 3. I've never heard of honor mode. That man's beard was a crime. I didn't even pay attention to his beard. I may have been distracted. What was his beard? Show me beard. Where's beard? Oh, is it? Oh, Christ! Look at it. That's pretty bad. Oh! Oh, I want to take a razor to your face. The in true kind of manufactured pop style, the verses are incredibly boring, and then the chorus is quite catchy. I think she was she stock Aiken and Waterman kind of type from the 80s? Because I listened to her first album and thought it was one of the worst things I'd ever heard. It's really bad. It's like Rick Astley level terrible, who was also in that production firm. Right, let's play it, I guess. Let's try and kazoo it, at least for him. That's enough of that. They were sort of twerking against each other there, and I feel like it would sound like kindling. They're both very skinny. I feel like it would sound like dry branches clacking together. There's nothing there. She's never stopped making music, but Padam this year was a big hit with queers in the US and stuff. It became a phrase even because they like the song so much. Really? She's still going? Maybe she should stop spinning. Saw Rick Astley on the New Year's thing, as the man can sing. He's better when he's doing blues numbers. I also saw a little bit of that. I'm quoting Emma now. Oh my god, it's so embarrassing. It's like watching a dad at a wedding turn it the fuck off. And I agree, but that's the energy that they always have on BBC at New Year's. New Year's television is probably the worst television. I don't know if there's any if there's any worse television than that. Really bad. That's not how it's pronounced. It's not Padam. Is it Padam? Podum. I have no idea how you pronounce that. Reminding me that Confide in Me is near the top of my most played from last year. That'll be thanks to Deadlock. I don't know what any of that sentence means at all. Is that a show? Is that a cover of a song by Kylie Minogue? I have no idea. I am nearly 40, so I am that dead. I didn't even watch the Hootenanny this year. Emma, also quoting Emma here, took the remote and said, now that I have control of the television, I never have to watch Jules Holland ever again. And she seemed so happy. So anyway, let's go full camera. Let's close that. Yeah, Kylie Minogue has not aged that well. I mean, I'm sure the person has, but the music hasn't. The music is terrible. I love Confide in Me. I haven't heard any of her new stuff, so maybe that's good. But Kylie Minogue has always seemed sort of the sort of very basic middle of the road manufactured pop of that era. Like, she's like a litmus test for that sort of like middle of the road pop, like what pop sounded like. Because it's all written by committee, right? Her stuff. At least it was earlier on in her career. I don't know about now. But like, it's very bland. Music's a banger. Confide in Me was a song she did in the 90s. Deadlock was a police comedy drama. Deadlock. The Hootenanny can be good, it so depends on the band. I actually don't mind the Hootenanny. I think, look, it's very cringe and silly, but I kind of like some of the bands they have in it. I've found some bands that I really like on the Hootenanny. I think it's fun. You're too cursed to understand, Kylie. I think, at least, again, early on in her career, it seemed like it was all music written by middle-aged men in suits around a boardroom, but maybe that's changed. I'm not a fan. She's co-written stuff since the 90s. Maybe it's just her first couple of albums that I'm thinking of. Because again, that's the only full album I've listened to, was that one with, what's the fucking song? Kylie Minogue. Have I spelled that right? I did. Kylie Minogue. What's her first album? Because that is absolutely terrible. That is a really bad album. Discography. Is it just called Kylie? It might be just called Kylie. It has Locomotion on it. Yeah, all written by Stock Aitken and Waterman. I think I Should Be So Lucky. Oh, it's such a bad song. What's the one song I like on this? I like one song from this album, and it made me listen to the rest of it, and it was hard to get through. It might have been Je ne sais pas pourquoi. I think it might have been that one. I think Je ne sais pas pourquoi might have been okay. Maybe subjective, but the 90s producers really tried to force success. She did a song with Nick Cave as well. Yes, she did. That's actually the first thing I ever heard of Kylie Minogue, was her song with Nick Cave. She did 2 songs with Nick Cave, both of them on murder ballads, which I think is a little bit overrated. I love Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. I think they're top 5 favorite bands ever. I love them so much. I think they're incredible, especially as they go on. I think every album is better than the last. But I think Murder Ballads is a little bit overrated, and I don't really like the song with Kylie Minogue that much. It was one of my dad's favorites and my mum's. My mum and dad both loved that album, Murder Ballads. She's on the one Where the Wild Roses Grow. That's like their main one. And then she's on like a big group song at the very end of the album, with people like Shane MacGowan and Nick Cave and a few other people. It's covering like a Bob Dylan song. It's fine, but it's one of the albums I don't listen to a lot because it's not that good, I think. But it became like their biggest hit. Anyway, let's close that. Let's go over to the game. Yippee. It's not very good. I don't know why it became huge. Maybe it's just because the name Kylie Minogue had more weight at the time. You don't like harder music, right? It depends. I don't know. It depends on what you mean by harder. Because, I don't know. I like Grinder Man. But speaking of Nick Cave, that's a bit harder than the other Bad Seed stuff. In general, I do prefer a bit more sort of, strange experimental kind of ambient stuff, I guess, and art rock rather than like heavy metal. But occasionally. I like a bit. I like the Weeping Song. I like that album a bit. I think that might be The Good Son. I like that album. I've never really been able to get into Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. It seems odd. I should, but I don't. That happens every so often. It's like there are bands that I'm 100% sure I should like, and I just don't, you know? I remember I was talking about this with my brother recently, where he said he just... Everything about his musical taste says that he should like Radiohead, but he just can't stand Radiohead. That just happens sometimes. Sometimes just something mercurial about the music just doesn't, you know, click for you, and you just really turn against it. So I get that. Where the fuck am I? Where's this button? Sorry, I got distracted. Now I'm looking for the button again. Is the button somewhere in the woods? You'd feel like it must be, right? Because I think I need to be in the woods here. There's a fairly new band called Calva Louise, which I like. I don't know if I've heard of that. I might have. I don't know. I have no idea. Which I like, at least one song. I have not listened to that much new music this year, or last year. I've been trying to listen to more newer music, but for me that's anything after the 90s, to be honest. Or maybe the mid-2000s. I assumed every Scottish person loves Biffy Clyro. I do not, in fact, love Biffy Clyro. I heard Biffy Clyro a lot when I was a kid, because I used to watch the television programmes Scuzz and Kerrang sometimes, and they played Biffy Clyro a fuck ton, and I despised them. I really, really didn't like Biffy Clyro. I'm really into blackened death metal at the moment. I don't even know what that is. It's that like really hard stuff. I feel like Biffy Clyro are very well liked. The button is in the kettle area. Where the fuck was the kettle? The kettle? Oh, the fucking kettle. The giant kettle down here. Okay, down here then. Biffy Clyro seemed to be better before they really got big. I'm sure that's true of a lot of bands. It's like when I was a kid, actually. Here's one. When I was a kid, everybody assumed I would really be into Metallica. Because I went through a period for a few years of being really into that kind of music, like hard rock from the 80s and 70s and 90s. You know, like AC/DC and that kind of shit. Or Iron Maiden. I had lots of Iron Maiden t-shirts and AC/DC t-shirts and stuff. And everybody was like, you must love Metallica, and would like give me Metallica stuff. And I hate Metallica so fucking much. You know, it's one of the things, I should probably like it, but I despised it and still do. I never really liked them. They reminded me of Feeder, who I hated. Feeder also sucks. I think Feeder were never as famous, right? But I did hear a Feeder on those same programs. Around a button near the kettle to progress. A button near the kettle. The kettle area. Well, we're in the kettle area. We need to find a button here. Not near, just in this area. Okay. Just keep an eye out for a button. So weird that Kerrang was a show. I just knew it in the music magazine. I think that was what it was more famously, right? But they started up a television channel on satellite because we had Sky as a kid. Because I was a posh child, apparently. I had Sky, and so I'd get bored because I didn't really watch a lot of TV. I watched a lot of Scuzz and Kerrang just from like music videos. Love or hate System of a Down? Kinda hate. I don't know if I actually hate System of a Down. But I would never willingly listen to System of a Down. Why not just look in a new place you opened up recently? Well, there was two places. There was down here and over here. Over here was back in this area with nothing. I don't see a button here, and I don't see a button in this cave. Or over there. So this is like out of the area. But I found... Oh! Hang on. That's new. That turned off something. That open anything up? Okay, that turns off something, because you can hear like a noise. That might have turned off the spinner. Where's that wire going? It goes off over there? I don't know. Maybe it turned off the spinner. No, it did not. Did it turn on this button? Nope. Cool. Well, we pulled something. Where did that go? What has that done for us? Where did this... that goes off over the cliff. and then goes in there. Maybe up onto the roof, even? I can't get in there. Christ. Not going to make excuses to try and persuade you, but even Buck Rogers. Is that a Feeder song? Is that referencing Feeder? Especially Buck Rogers. I think that's the only Feeder song I know, and I don't like it. That was the one that got big, right? That was like their big hit, I think. I barely remember Feeder existing. Do you remember a time when you thought that maybe you could access to something because of the camera angle? No, not at all. This is the problem. I feel like I may have slightly spoiled this game by not playing it for about 3.5 weeks because I was away. That was the big one, yes. So you can't get in there. I mean, we can't do anything else with this, I think. This was just like raising and lowering stuff. We opened up this. This can get us up and down here. You're on the right lines by following the wire. Okay. Let's go back to that wire. Let's go over here. So. Can we get in? Like, I feel like I would be scrabbling around. Like, if this was real, I'd be like scrabbling over this fence and like climbing up the wire. See where it goes. I don't think a lot of music from that era has aged particularly well, by the way. Maybe that's just me. Maybe, you know, I don't have the nostalgia that a lot of people have for that. But I don't think a lot of music from the early 2000s has aged very well. I think if I were to pick a decade that produced the worst music consistently, I would choose 2000 to 2010. And there's some incredible music from that era, obviously. There's some of my favourite albums of all time are from that decade. But I think on a whole, pop and rock music were at their lowest ebb. Like, that is the worst period for music. Okay, so that's nothing. Follow the wire. Was it maybe this? Is this activated now? Can I pull up a frog? That's still activated, so we haven't turned that off. What have we turned off? We can have a little frog baby. Early Strokes and White Stripes, some Arctic Monkeys, but other than that. See, I hate the Arctic Monkeys up until about 2015. I really, really hate their early, originally big stuff, like Mardy Bum and I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor and stuff like that. My dad was briefly into it. I despise it. I hate it so much. And I don't really like... Yeah, hi. Hello, friends. What was their, like, mid stuff? They did AM with, like, Do I Wanna Know, which is listenable but not great. And then they did, like, Tranquility Base and The Car, which I love. I think those are amazing albums. So, yeah, I still hate them. Early Strokes, I don't think I've ever heard a Strokes song. And White Stripes, I think I've listened to an album and don't remember a single thing other than Seven Nation Army, because everybody knows Seven Nation Army. Hello, Barlow, by the way. Absolutely cannot stand Kings of Leon. I'm the same. I think Kings of Leon are absolutely terrible. You are really going to suffer after 3-week break, because if you had seen that frog the day after last Riven stream, you'd click on something. Would I? Do I need another frog? Do I need to go down? Arctic Monkeys, Modest Mouse, all those alternative bands people were into and naming, but nothing ever caught my ear. Just, Modest Mouse are okay. I like one Modest Mouse album that I've bothered listening to. It's the one with Float On it. Can't remember what it's called, but it's fine. I like that album okay, but I don't listen to it a lot. I think it's good. Modest Mouse had that one album. There we go. Kings of Leon are so bad. I don't know if Kings of Leon are actually bad, or if I actually don't like them, or if I just have a visceral hatred of that guy's voice. I read Good News for People Who Like Bad News. Thank you. That's the one. That's the album I like. Yes, Good News for People That Like Bad News. It's the one that has like Blame It on the Tetons and that kind of thing. That's a good album. I mean, I can't talk because I like some terrible, like, 90s alt music as well. I'm a big Neutral Milk Hotel fan. I need to bait this, I've just remembered, by the way. Kings of Leon always hated. I remember my mum hated them. And kind of maybe imparted that on me. Not sure you put a pellet in for Frog Friend, I didn't. So I think what we need to do for Frog Friend is to maybe go away for a second. Is that what we need to do? I think if we pull it right back up, maybe leave the trap open? Do we do that? Oh, I forgot. Again, I've completely forgotten the game, to be honest. Bring it up, open it, then put it back down. That's how traps work. Frogs can't walk through metal, typically. Right, now go down. Lovely. Now we've said it. The frog is significant for a reason. I mean, it's significant in that it's very adorable, because frogs always are. I don't think I've ever seen a frog that I didn't go, oh, at. There is a point to this. We turned off the fucking fan! I knew something! You can see on my face when I remembered there was a fan. What's up here? Ooh, something new. Ooh, this is kind of cool. I like this a lot. Oh, this is the door we couldn't open. Can I open it from this side? We Dark Souls'd it. Thank you, Miyazaki. Good stuff. That's unlocked now, I think. No, it just relocks. No, don't relock it. Click it, and then go away. Does it auto-lock? Like a trendy apartment building. It does. Oh, Christ. Well, never mind. We didn't, Miyazaki. It's just unlocked now. What did that just do? I'm just pressing random buttons. Is this a book? Somebody trapped in here? Oh, Christ. The latest ink formulation has proven a failure. Even when writing in my most promising book... It's like my writing, but neater. It's frustrating to expend so much effort creating a blank book only to end up destroying it when it doesn't work. There are days when the lab is uncomfortably warm from the flames of these failed attempts. The further I refine each element, the formulation is... It is during moments like this that I despair without access to Denis. My long-term goal may never be accomplished. Nevertheless, there are avenues of research which remain unexplored. Just climb under it like we do all the doors. I'm discontinuing regular observations of the stars beneath the fissure. Although I've been able to track the dark cloud-like formations that migrate through the starfield, and have proven that... Starfield mentioned! And have proven that their paths are cyclical, without proper instrumentation, it is pointless to continue. I might read this later. This juncture defy logical reason. The great column of wind that was formed when the fissure first appeared suggests a vacuum, as one might expect in space. That Archus and Catherine threw themselves into the void is further evidence that I might be able to travel. Oh my god, so they threw themselves off a cliff. But without knowing its true nature, I cannot take the risk myself. It is also difficult to say what would happen. This is like when people try to read like shopping lists that I write. Because I can't write in script. It just got beaten out of me. Not literally, but in primary school and early secondary school, before they just stopped, we were all chastised if we tried to write out of cursive. It was very much... I think we were the last kind of class, the last year, that really got drilled into. Where it was like, you have to learn cursive, you have to write in cursive all the time. And now I just can't really write very neatly in script. I just always write in cursive. But it means that nobody knows how to fucking read it anymore. Maintenance on the steam vent caps completed. It's 2010. Do they even teach kids handwriting now? I doubt it. I mean, I imagine basic handwriting, like how to write out phone numbers and stuff, right? But I don't think there's that much of a reason now. They've all got laptops and netbooks, and is that a phrase that anybody under the age of 40 uses? They've all got laptops and Chromebooks and tablets now. Do they need anything like that? I started undoing a bit of my cursive in grade 10 plus. I don't know what age that is, so my teachers could read my exams. I think I've undone a little bit of it. I now write almost exactly like my mum. My mum has neater handwriting than me, but we both do sort of a pseudo cursive that like is 80% cursive and then about 20% script. So like not all of the letters are joined up, but it's mostly kind of spidery cursive. I have that kind of vibe now with my writing. It looks kind of nice, but it is unreadable. I am extremely pleased with the continued success of this system. I believe the construction to have been true to the Denis designs of my memory, another example of the superiority of the Denis technology. It's iconic, or ironic, that Artress and Catherine unwittingly provided me with such a convenient source of power. The fuck is that? I have no idea. Is that the like Kachonker in the is that the Kachonker in the globe? Maybe the Golden Globe. I think you just ink a little spider and let it run around the notebook. It's like 15 and up, grade 10 plus. So it would be like 5th class, 4th class, 2nd or 3rd class. I'm going to say 3rd class. I'll land in the middle. That's around 15, isn't it? It was 3rd year, sorry. 3rd year in Ireland. So the fissure shoots up wind and it like powers things somehow. I mean, with a wind turbine, I imagine. As with many of my views over the years, my thoughts regarding the origin of the fissure have changed. I've recently begun to wonder whether it was actually an unexpected byproduct of the changes Catherine and Artress wrote into this age during their escape. Certainly by casting their linking book into the void, they trapped me here. Quite effectively. That is a bad cue, sorry. But I do not believe that Artress intended the book to be lost in this manner. Much better to destroy it than to risk the possibility of its falling into unknown hands. Also, they had foreseen the creation of the fissure. They would surely have thought that the vacuum it created would eventually consume the atmosphere of this planet, a fate which Catherine undoubtedly would have deemed unacceptable. This is a guy talking about the big kettle for her home world. If I had not been there to supervise the construction of the seal, this most certainly would have been what's happened. So there's a seal over the fissure, and I don't mean like the animal, like the cute little sea dog. For the villagers were far too frightened to even approach the something. What the fuck does that say? Vortex? You've done a capital T. That is not how you write a T, you weirdo. I've just noticed all of the T's are capitalized. Is that just the font, or is that them making something out of it? I hold on to the belief that it was an unintended consequence of their writing for another reason as well. I prefer to think that my son had meant for this age to merely be a prison for me, rather than a death sentence. The construction of the imagers has proceeded without fault. It is interesting to see how easily I've been able to adapt the Denis technology to mimic that of the Ahmeds? Of the Ahmed? In some ways, the similarities between the cultures was striking. Oh my Christ. This is the brain massager, possibly. That the imagers... It's possible that if I were to somehow able to supply the book with a power source of sufficient magnitude, I would suppress the variance enough to facilitate a solid link. Oh my god. Natural elements of this... How long is this? Oh my god! Look how long this is! Fuck me! Jesus Christ! I'm reading that off camera. No, absolutely not. Let's look at these instead. These are important notes here. Oh, for fuck's sake. There's too much reading. There's simply too many notes. Last week, while monitoring the situation of the villagers from the scope in my survey room, I observed one of the natives swim out, at least the symbols, not the whole text. The natives swim out to a small object that appeared to be floating, but in anchored. Fuck me. Near the entrance to the bay, I ordered the object removed from the water for inspection. Several days later, however, I was surprised to see another floating there. The missing object had apparently, and quite mysteriously, been replaced with a new one overnight. I've long been aware of the existence of similar artifacts on the villagers' island, but have paid little notice until now. Tomorrow I shall send surveyors to catalogue the others. Oh, it's one of the eyes, maybe. Do I need to read that? I assume so. Where's my notebook? Where'd I put it? Down here, I think. Stuff. Oh god, I forgot about all this shit. Look at all these fucking notes. Okay. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's write this down. That's one. I think that's... Is that one? Hang on. I have this written down. It looks like a 3. That's 1. Okay, there we go. So... eye on desk is 1. I'm just going to write that down. Eye on desk equals 3 equals 1. There we go. That'll be something. And this is something as well. Oh god, another kettle. Is this linked to the other kettle outside, possibly? That's back down. Why would the frog be linked to here? Why would he want the frog vent? Maybe he likes the scent of frog? That might be something. Oh god, okay. Right. Maybe that's important. Renaming the kettle game. Okay, only one of these shelves opens. That's good. And it's laid out like this. Can I put anything else in? No. That heats something up. Just gonna see what everything does. Does that fill this with water? And then boil it, maybe? This is like a kettle? This is very odd. Okay, right, cool. Ooh, egg chat is back. Is egg chat back? I mean, you could boil an egg in this. I miss soft-boiled eggs. I wish there was a vegan egg. There is vegan eggs. You can make, like, scrambled eggs out of things. But there's no, like, version of a boiled egg that's vegan. Okay, this is the frog and pellet. Or frog trap. Are those shotgun shells? What the fuck? The fuck is that? This is an alembic, I think? Is this an alembic? I'm not really up on my alchemical instruments, but I think that might be an alembic. No, froggos! Oh, we don't have to boil a frog, do we? Alright, back away from that. That's the door. That's there. That's another... Oh, wait, there's 2 doors? There is 2 doors. Is that... Oh, there's like another fucking thing now. Okay, I can get to another part of the island, maybe. Let me back in, though. Deal with this first. Right, symbols. There's a star on the front. Remember that. This game has a thing with 5s. Okay. Knife. Most of the knives have been found on the south side of the village. Same area where there have been reports of mysterious disappearances. That's like the symbol, I think, of the resistance. Oh, God. Nearly finished waiting for the... What is that? That is 9, I think. That's 9? 9? 99th age, or is that 18th age? Because that's a 9. Here, half of this is a 9. So, it might be 99th age or 18th age if you add them together. We'll see. My examinations of the 9 and then 8? 98th age? Or is this 17th age? It has ND after it. So do you add them together? Or... Oh, God. Yeah, because it says... One second. Or is it Ord? Erd. It's 8... So that's a 9, and that's an 8. 98 Erd. Or 70... Or is it times? Is that a 9? I think so. Yes, that is a 9, definitely. I don't know. Right, let's continue on. Any more symbols? That's a symbol. I must continue to seek an avenue to Denis. Again, with the thing. The sources that may be crucial to the completion of my mission. Oh, just compare it to the ore at the end. How do you write ores? I think that's an ore. I think his N's are a bit more... Where's an N? Give me an N. From... That... is that an ore? This is the problem. I'd like an or an N on its own. Proven and conclude. I think that's an or. That looks like an or in proven. Looks fine. I don't know. I don't know what number that is. Right. Then there's a box. And that's it. Any other symbols? Okay. Due to the rebels' continued disturbances, I've decided to install a coded access system into all of the domes, which is... That is 2, 4, 2, 4, 8. 2, 4, 8. I can't remember what that one is. Is that 3? No. What does the bottom circle mean? The semicircle. Fuck. And I don't know what that last one means either. The sort of tick. That's 10? Is that 10? No, that's not 10. K plus a circle. 1 second. Just a second. I think that's plus 5 is the semicircle at the end. So that would be K is 3 plus 5. No, that's not 8. What? No, that's 10. That's 10 plus 3, maybe? So 13? I think that's 13. Maybe that's 13. And then... That's 2 plus something? I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know what that last one is. But it's... I'm just going to write that down. That's 2, 4, 8, 13, I think. And then I don't know the last one, but we could probably, you know, brute force it. Any other codes here? Yes, there's that one. Oh god, this might be something. Looking forward to finally having civilized mode of transportation. Work on the central power source got off to a bit of a bad start. The base has picked up considerably since then, and I anticipate no further delays. There's a wheel. I might need to take a photo of this one rather than writing it down. There's a wheel, a 5-spoked wheel, with these codes on it, or these patterns. That could be something important, I imagine it is. With my office on something. No, I clicked out of it. Fuck off. Back in. Don't know what that's about. I will continue to investigate. There is a deeper connection to 5. I'm still attempting to determine how the Denis color symbology reflects the superior design principle. Superficially, it's based on a 6-color system. I'm convinced that there has to be a deeper connection to 5. I will continue to investigate. And it's different eyes. Oh my Christ. This is so complicated. Let's take a photo of those eyes. There we go. 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 There we go Then there's, like, some sort of diagram there, which I should take a photo of. Take a photo of any diagrams or symbols. Although that's pretty self-explanatory, right? I'll take a photo of that one too, fuck it. And that one. I have it written down, but I may as well take a photo just for further perusal. Then there's the sword thing. Because the years or whatever, or the ages. Okay, that seems to be everything. Oh, God. Okay. Right, now let's look around the rest of the room. We can go back. We can click on this thing. Is that another human leg? Was he eating people as well? No, it's a book! Well, he just said he was destroying books that didn't work out. Like, I think the plot here is that he's trying to escape the island, the age, right? But so he's set up, essentially, a book-binding factory, but can't quite get it right because the inks aren't working. In the meantime, he's set himself up as this sort of fucked up god, and is, you know, harassing the people that live here, and now there's a resistance against him. You know, self-explanatory stuff. Right, are any of these clickable? There's a dot on one of those little symbols that we saw, but I can't interact with it. Can I interact with anything here? God, I wish every game had a little highlight everything interactable button like Baldur's Gate does. That is so useful, and it really does need to become a standard. Shotgun shells. I don't know if there's anything I can interact with here. I can't interact with the bottles of frogs or anything. Huh. I guess go out? See what's down this way? Might be something. I got my playthrough down to 35 hours! 35 hours! Which included all the side quests from Act 1 and 2. I think I'm still probably in Act 1, and I don't know what's a side quest and what isn't. This seems, I will say, harder than Myst. Like Myst, when it got down to it, once you actually understood the logic, was not that hard. It was a little bit esoteric and weird at times, but I don't think it's actually that hard a game. This is fucking nightmarishly complicated, I think. It is at least more difficult than Myst. This might not be a stream game, to be totally honest, but I'm giving it a go. Okay, we're on another island now. Oh, this was in a screenshot I saw. I don't know where. It's more difficult when you have a 3-week break, definitely. I mean, it looks just as beautiful as Myst. I love the art direction in these games. Is this a lift? This looks like it would be a lift. Maybe I need to activate it in some way. Or maybe just kick it. Just kick the lift. Or use the, like climb up it. Oh, there's a button. Okay, cool. What the fuck? Oh, this must have been... There was a thing that one of the... Okay, hang on. So... Here we go. Is it this? Is it this thing? So, what is first? I think maybe this spoke might be first, because there's a little arrow pointing to it. Hang on, I don't know if I can zoom in on this, but like... See, there's an arrow there that's pointing there, so maybe you start or clockwise around here. Which is clockwise. That's clockwise. So maybe you go this way from this arrow around. In which case it would start maybe either this one or this one. Let's try it. Oh, it's bubbling. Is that mercury? Do I have a mouse now? I don't. Okay, that bubbled up. Then this one. Looking at it, this is just the symbols going clockwise. This doesn't seem like a code. Next one would be this. That drains that and fills up the next one. Oh, it's bubbling. Trying to figure out what happened. I mean, it is bubbling. And then the L bubbles. I mean, it looks very pretty. I think there are games with worse sort of water dynamic physics now. I mean, this isn't dynamic, what am I talking about? But like, there's worse water visuals now than this, but this is baffling. Next one on the list is this. I might just skip past this animation. There we go. And then this. Okay, that has done nothing, obviously. What the fuck? Hang on. Can I press it again? I can. And then it'll just drain the bubblers. So pressing one of these buttons makes bubbles appear on one of these land masses, which I assume sort of map out or reference the layout of the various islands that I'm getting through across these like bridges and stuff. This must be the fissure in the middle. Maybe. But why does this exist and how do I solve it? Again, it just says... It's giving me a 5-spoked wheel with some symbols that match up to these buttons. But there seems to be no particular order to them. Am I meant to go the other way around? This exists as a puzzle, mostly. Like... Are these bubblers similar to the bubblers in Myst? I mean, sort of. You can hear them bubbling. I don't know why Gain built this. I can't click on anything but these buttons. You can't, like, judge from the wear pattern, I think, which is, like, the most or least pressed. I don't think that's what they would ask me. Maybe I go the other way around? Like, if I start at this one, and then that bubbles, and then start on this one? No, that just... I don't know what you want from me. Then down here. Then over here. And then this. That's done absolutely nothing. Okay, get it back down. Any hints on what the fuck this is? Is there anything else in my photos that would reference these symbols? No, there isn't. Is there anything else in the rest of that notebook? Turn around and walk around a bit. Can I look up or down? Can I... Oh, there's another way around. Is there? No, that just turned me directly back the other way. Oh, this is something. Okay. Can't, like, turn this dial or anything. You stopped the spinning, boy. Well done. Do you know how or why? Nope. I clicked and it stopped. I feel like maybe there was some sort of timing, and just by clicking it randomly once, it just worked. I don't know. So that looks like another book in there. Can I start it back up? Yes. A book and a code to access it. We had the code somewhere. It was like, I mean, I wrote it down. Do I have to press, like, 2, 4? Like, do I have to do this, or do I have to move these? Oh, you can move them! Okay. 2. So that's 2, right? Probably. 1, 2. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8. 13. So 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then I have no idea. Oh, fuck! It resets, you absolute bitch! I don't know what the last number is. That's so fucking irritating. I think this is right. 1, 2. Or is this 2? Is this 1? That might be 2. Then 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I think that's right. And then it's one of these. How many, if I were to force this, how many would I have to go through? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 options. Oh my god, just give me the fucking... Let's puzzle this out. Right, what the fuck is that symbol? It's a 2 with something... It's a 2 with something under it. A 2 with maybe a K at the side? Maybe it's 2 plus... 2 plus 3? No, that doesn't make any fucking sense. I have no idea. It's not anything between 10 and 15, or you'd recognize it. And maybe not between 15 and 19. Maybe it means 20. Like 22? Might be 22? So this is what, 13? 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 1, 2. Let's assume this is 1 instead. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Oh my god, that hurts. How would you write 15? How would I write 15? I would write 15. What are the rules? Hang on. I would write 15 by taking 5, which is a line. I'd put 5 and then a little crescent under it. 17, I would write a 2 with a 5, a 2, like, it would be like a arc, and then a line through it, and then a 10 under it? Oh, how would I get to 17? Because I'd have to get another 5 from somewhere. 17. You'd have to go maybe 9, 8? No, I don't know. Hang on, what is this? Look at it again. I just don't see how this matches up at all. I don't know if I can work this out. This is the symbol I'm trying to work out. I'll show it on the screen. This. So that's a 2 with a V under it. If you turn it sideways, it looks a little bit like the symbol for 3, but that's not it, I think. So, that's a 2, so it's something 2, I think. And then 2 lines. Or just 1 V. What happens with the numbers? The fundamental symbol changes every how many numbers? 5, I think? So that might be plus 10? It might be 12? Is it just 12? No, because that's 13. So it couldn't be 12, because it has to be over 13, I think. Oh, just as the Redacted set up a trial for their initiates to access their Redacted, Gain probably set up this up as a similar trial for his inner circle. This is nerd lore. So to do 15, you don't know how to do, because you haven't seen the number for 15. Do I have to find the number 15, or could I probably could just work it out here. So, 2. So this is... I think it looks like it might be just like 22, or maybe 17. Like, it could be like a symbol for 15. Like, that could just be 15, like the V. And then it would be 17. Because it's 2 plus 15. Yeah, so it's either 17 or 22 or 27 or 32. Because it's a brand new symbol plus a 2. It must be 17. Okay, so if I go... We will assume... I'm going to assume that this is currently on 1.
Show us your
Happy 2014 chat, thank you. So, this is 2. Or do we think that this is 1 and this is 2? I'm going to assume that, right? 1, 2. Then the next one has to go on 4. So 1, that's 3, 4. Then 8. So that's 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 2, 4, 8. Then 13. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Then the next one has to be 17. So 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh! I'm so glad Dreya knows how to count. Nice sound. The sound design is another incredible part of this game. The graphics and sound are both fantastic. Have I been sealed in here now? Oh, that was another... Okay, so this is another book, and it's like incomplete, but there is a symbol on that, which means that is the number for 9 plus 8, which was mentioned in the notes. The 98th or whatever, I don't know what, 17 maybe? But like, that's the number 9 next to the number 8, however that gets parsed, whatever. Either that's 17 or 98 or something. Imagine this was an elaborate way of hiding porn under a rock. I feel like I never had to experience that sort of phenomenon. Because like, physical porn wasn't really a thing when I was a kid, I think. I think everybody had moved on to the internet. Because, like, I don't know. Like I said, I was 10 in 2006. I don't think 10-year-olds are really looking at pornography. Don't know when I did, but like... Oh, Christ. Yes, I now know how to count 15 to 19 as well. I had it deep within my Adobe Acrobat Reader program files. System files. Why is this folder so big? That's a thing of the past now as well, though. Local porn. I think there's still a part of my senses that scans for porn under a rock if I'm out and about. Replace system 32 with tits. Can I click anything else here? Oh, I've clicked a button. Does that let me back out, maybe? Yes, that just lets me back out. So we know how to get back in. But I didn't really see a way of really interacting with that book, to be honest. Like, what was the point of that? We can't really interact with the book. Because the book isn't working. Because the ink didn't work. Although, he didn't burn this one. He said he was burning all the failed books. And that one wasn't burned. That must be not complete yet to see if it does work, maybe? I don't know. I would probably have to read the book a bit closer, to be honest. The journal, to figure that one out. We can get that spinning again, but I don't think that's a thing we should do. When I had to do checks for inappropriate things in people's files, 99% of people hid it in their music folder. Really? That's bizarre to me. Their music folder. I feel like, I don't know if that's just me, but I feel like that's one of the most commonly used folders. Like, I only recently went on to music streaming. Like, I never really did that, like, until recently. So I had a big kind of... I still have a big, like, 80, 90 gigabyte music folder on my hard drive. So I feel like I would go into that a lot. Can you not get into the thing in the middle of the water there? I didn't think so, but I might have missed something. It looks like there are steps, but can I access them? There should be a way in there, right? There are definitely some steps. Can I just... Like, why can't my character just jump? Surely he can just jump. There's like a sword coming out of the wall. Can I hop up on that? Can I walk around a little bit more? Does this need to be spinning again? I don't hide it, I just put it on a folder on desktop. Just a folder labelled Beauty and the Beast fan art. Werewolf knots. This is the one thing I actually don't remember how to get into. .exe. I hid it on a fucking CD once in 2023. Easily accessible. Like, people know that the internet exists, right? I don't know, despite being very candid, despite how cursed and filthy this stream can get, I don't really consume a lot, to be honest. So I don't really know if there's a big collection community still around. Go a step further and make it your PC background. It's just for stuff that I couldn't bear being deleted from online. Maybe press one of those buttons. I mean, the buttons here don't really seem to do much. Oh, maybe we need to, like, raise the bubbles to make one of the islands happen or something? I don't know. Let's escape. And to see if that corroborates with anything in here. Like, does this raise a bubbler? Did that do anything in here? You can get across now? Can I? Oh, it did! It just raised a fucking bridge! What the fuck was that? Oh, God, what are... Okay, hang on. Now this is lit up. Lit up? You know what I mean. Collected like Pokemon. I did that once, but it wasn't dark enough. I didn't like it. Need a black background. What's my background right now? I can't remember. What is my desktop background? That. Just a generic thing I made when I was like 16, I think, that I just use as a generic bland background. Okay, so that's lit up now. This was written down somewhere in one of these notes. Hang on. I can tell you when I worked at a PC World, a family came in to buy a laptop. About a week later, the father returned and said something was wrong with the laptop. Oh no! I downloaded voluptuousxenatits.exe and now my laptop is bricked. Help. Oh. Right, was there a thing with a lever? I'm sure there was a thing with a lever. Oh, fucker. Hang on. Do I have to pull this in some way? Pals, when the tech guys loaded up, everything had been turned to porn. Everything. Is that a thing that actually happened? Because I've never gotten a virus that did anything like that. Is there viruses that just, like, automatically download porn to ruin your life? I don't know. Even the cursor was a stabbing cock. Who's getting off on that? Oh, I need to be constantly erect while using a computer, or else just I get nothing from it. Degenerate fathers. What if I click on this one now? Just let me see what happens. Just bubble that up. Turn around. Is this open? It is. Oh, what the fuck? Oh no. Gooners on their goon setup. Really, it was like proto-gooner. You met the first ever gooner. Was he doing the ahigao face when he handed in the laptop? Did he have one of those irritating hoodies on that has all of the, like, orgasming women? Probably something that you wouldn't ever be able to tell IRL, and that's the scary part. Can I... Oh! What? This looks like it would be unbelievably satisfying to walk on in bare feet, by the way, doesn't it? Like, each one of these is like a little metal pole / spike or something, and it would sort of distribute your weight so none of them went in. That would be incredible to walk across. Or very ticklish, one of the two. My mother is a teacher. She was helping a student with something, and he opened his school Google Drive, and it was full of porn. No! People, I have heard, anecdotally, that the current young generation, like Gen Alpha and young Zoomers, basically do not know anything about sort of internet privacy or hiding files. Like, it is just a lost art. That is very grim. Don't do that. Hopefully it wasn't MILF porn. It was porn specifically about a teacher finding porn. And then you look up and the student is just going, hmm? And then you expel him. Because you know it was a him. Right, this is baffling to me. Like, this is the most confusing thing that's happened so far. There was the incident where one old guy had some virus which downloaded highly illegal images, and he legit tried to report it, tried to get it fixed. Tech experts said, this is real, this virus is what it does, but we can't 100% prove the images were not there before the virus started, so he was convicted as a sex offender. Oh, expel him in what way? Nobody's ever called orgasming expelling, if that's what you're getting at. Oh, I'm just expelling some cum. I mean, that is technically what it is. But don't... Nobody's ever said that. Right, what the fuck is this bubbles? Like... I can click on things, and they do this. But that doesn't really... Okay, that looks like the Fisher, maybe. Am I meant to, like, match it to the landmass? Like, match it to the map outside in some way? That might make sense. That doesn't look right. That looks like something, doesn't it? I believe Gary Glitter took his PC for repairs or something, and that's what first got him. I've heard many stories of that sort of thing. I used to be on Reddit occasionally. Not in that kind of uber Redditor way, but more than I am now. And there was subreddits that were things like, you know, tech support stories and stuff like that. And I'm sure a lot of them were false. But it would be things like that. It would be people going like, I opened up this guy's computer and it was just lots of highly horrible porn. I have Christian conservative parents, so I might be the only Gen Z person who knows how to hide files. I mean, it's not hard. I mean, again, literally, this will stump most parents. Here's a little tip from the past, right? If you're on Windows, you can right-click and go into Properties on a folder and select Hide Folder, and it will just disappear and not show up in search results. And you can say Apply to all subfolders and files as well, and then it'll just disappear. And then you can go into the options later and select show hidden files later. But the average fucking older parent is not gonna know what that is. So yeah. There's a hint for people if they want it. A lot of tabloids, probably with stories like I opened up Richard Gere's laptop and 4 gerbils fell out. Oh my god, I can turn it around as well. Oh wait, hang on. This is it, isn't it? This is what I'm looking at. This is the map. And it looks like this. That's just the map outside. Why am I shifting it? Am I shifting the actual map outside? Or am I just meant to match it up? Because in that case, this would be matched up. Because there's the, like, little boy up there. To the L boy, the chunk, and the big boy. Maybe. I doubt we would ever get this puzzle. If I close that down, has that changed anything? No, it has not. Of course it hasn't. Cool. I think come back here later. Fair enough. It's not important right now. Right, let's go. We'd have to end soon anyway, because I have errands, but, you know, so at least we've found something, I guess. How did we get back down? How do we go back down again? Where was the button? The button was here. They check my PC all the time, little did they know. That sounds exhausting, it does. I mean, I don't know, my dad has always worked in IT, so he probably knows more. I mean, he did when I was a kid and probably does now. Probably knows more about computer parts and building computers and computer file systems, and I mean, he knows a lot more about computers in general than I do, basically. So this was never really a thing. I think he just sort of assumed I'd be fine, and so he never, like, checked my computer or anything. It just wasn't a thing. Maybe it should have been, but it just wasn't a thing. And my mom is useless with computers and basically doesn't know how to use them. But my dad was always like, you know, I would trust you, it's fine. So I had unrestricted access to the internet from the age of about 10, probably. Which probably warped my brain irreparably. But I turned out fine. I definitely should have been. Right, I mean, is there anything else over here? Might have stopped you going so wrong. My father works in IT, so I had to be more careful with hiding it from him. Oof, Jesus. I think my parents were a lot more laissez-faire than some other parents. Like, they were very much sort of, do what you like, you know? Do whatever. Before you go, how about you go through the door on the other side of the bay, the shuttle bay? Can I do that? Oh, wait, what? Is there another... There's another door over there! How do I get there? Do I have to turn this around? And then get out on the other side? Smart. You think they just built a bridge, but no. Come on, let me step hers out. Smart with a lot of prodding. Okay, I'm pressing these buttons when I find them, but I don't know what they're doing. Ooh, a creepy boiler room. I'm about to be eviscerated by an evil villain. Oh, this is a cult. Okay, I mean, I know it's a cult. This is a very cult-style room. It looks a little bit like when they lower that guy into the lava in Temple of Doom. Oh, it calls the shuttle. I'm dumb. Huh. This feels like if a 90s parent walked in while their child played this, they'd assume they were being enveloped by Satanism. Although I think that had kind of died out by the 90s. That was more of a 70s, 80s thing, wasn't it? Although it's kind of coming back. Bring me to hell. Am I going to hell? There we go. You noticed the button. You're learning. I'm so jealous. I'm not even allowed to say God dang it or hell in my house. Oof. I got quite lucky, I think, with my parents. Because my parents, you know, they're not perfect, but they are not religious and we're quite laissez-faire, which I do think is maybe like saying the correct parenting style is not relevant, like, because I don't know. But I like the idea of being more laissez-faire with children. Just sort of letting them do what they like. You know, having access to the internet within reason, I guess, and running around outside unsupervised and stuff like that. I think that's all good and fine. But, and my parents were like that and swore around me and let me swore and would let me drink if I wanted to. But all that meant is that I didn't really swear as a kid, and I didn't drink as a kid either, and still don't drink. It's because I feel like if you are a child and your parents tell you not to do something, that becomes something you want to do. Just because, you know, obviously human nature is like that. I think if you want a child to drink, you go, oh, you can never drink, it's very dangerous and forbidden. And then they go, now it's something cool and rebellious I can do when I'm a teenager. Whereas my parents were like, at age 10, they were like, oh, well, you know, it is legal and fine, so, like, if you want to, like, have a glass of wine with dinner, or if you ever want to buy alcohol, you know, and do it, like, supervised, that's fine. And so it instantly became uncool, and so I just never did it. It was, like, instantly just, like, something my parents did. Same with drugs, same with swearing, so I never really did any of it. So I was, as a result, a profoundly boring child. Like, I didn't really swear, I didn't really go out clubbing, I didn't go out drinking or do drugs or anything. Shockingly dull childhood. And I never really swore either. I mean, with, like, friends and stuff, but not around my parents, really. It wasn't really a thing I wasn't supposed to do, I just didn't bother. I think it was a decent way to do it, to be honest. I think that's an okay way of doing things. Make things oh, it's a boy! Catch him! Break his ankles! That's one of the first boys we've seen. We've seen other boys, but not often. Hey, you fucker! Push the button so he has to come back. Go over, latch on like a spider monkey. Hold on to the engine. Just wrap your arms and legs around it and just get catapulted with them. Fucker. You say fuck every day on stream? I swear a lot now. In fact, I'm slightly trying to tone down how much I swear. Because I do think I swear too much. Like a little bit too much. I don't have a problem with swearing, but I think I do swear a little bit much. I have never had a problem with swearing. I think it's fine. I don't think it's like a mark of like society's ills or anything like that. But I probably do it too much. I think it can get off-putting if you don't like swearing. And the thing isn't coming back, by the way. It's a good amount, don't worry. This, I guess, when you stream, and anybody who streams very regularly will know this. Oh, but he's fucking God, isn't he? Anybody who streams very regularly will know this. You are sort of hyper-aware, or you become hyper-aware, at least for a little while, of your vocal tics. So, I think I say like less than the average Cork person, because I did it quite a lot when I started streaming, and now I don't because I had to listen to my own voice back to edit videos and stuff. Same with, I think I'm a little bit better at, and this is not an actual problem, nobody actually cares, but you notice it in yourself more. Like what I just did, ums and ahs, like filler words, like, aw, but, that kind of thing. I think I do that a little bit less than I used to because I consciously tried to because it annoyed me. But if you then asked me if I've ever had a problem with people doing that in anything I've listened to, I would say no, because obviously that's insane. Swearing is the least of our worries here. Let's try and catch that boy. I mean, he's long gone, isn't he? Quote 726. I'm sure I've heard come be called gentleman's relish. You say so much worrying stuff and it's a release. It's a relief when you say it. It's like, I've never really understood the... I don't know, I've never really understood the sort of furore over swearing in media, basically. I don't really get why people have that much of an issue with it. Same with the violence and sex thing as well. Like, I think ratings are a little bit overbearing in media. Like, I played a lot of and watched a lot of, like, what's it called? Like, 18s rated movies when I was a young child. And I think it's fine. I think it's okay. I don't think it's something to actually worry about. What the fuck is this? Have I been here? Where the fuck am I right now? I only like the ride bits in this game. It does look fun. It reminds me a lot of those fake VR things that people would put in, like, arcades in the early 2000s that became, like, a big thing for a while. Can I turn on some lights? Am I back in hell? Quite frankly, I never want to hear you say the S word ever again. S word. What is the S word? It might refer to shit, which I really don't like saying. That one really stuck with me, because my grandparents were a little bit more strict about swearing, right? My grandparents were, again, a tiny bit more strict. They would still swear and didn't really care, but occasionally I would get chastised if I said shit. Oh, I'm in the big face! Oh! And is this now something I can press? Look at that! We've discovered something! Lovely. There's the most secret button to find your way here rather than the way you've come. The super secret button you would never find otherwise. Tiny, tiny little button there. Anything on this side? No. And that still hasn't taught that spinning. But anyway, we'll save here. But I still have an aversion to saying shit. I don't like it. The S word is sadomasochism. I can only say bloody hell, damn, or shit in front of my mum. Really? Still? I swear in front of my parents now. I don't know when the line happened, because like I said, I would avoid swearing when I was a kid, just passively. Now I swear in front of my parents all the time. Not like an egregious amount, but I will say fuck or whatever in front of my parents. And I don't know when that happened. I don't know when the switch was. I imagine it was sometime around when I was like 20. I had a moment where I was like, I'm just gonna say this. It's not. I'm an adult. They're like 45. Why am I doing this? Okay, I'm gonna save here. I think now you can get into the giant totem idol. I wonder why this is the case. Well, the guy was probably going into this totem and going, booga booga booga, feed me grapes or whatever. I try not to swear in front of family, especially nieces and nephews. Yes, I will not swear in front of children. Although, again, like I said, hypocritical because I don't care about swearing in front of children. But I will try not to, just in case it causes a scene. The only time I'm allowed to swear is if I were to get injured and say fuck in response. I love that that's a caveat. Okay, look, we're very strict and religious, but you can still swear if you get, like, hit in the balls. Because who wouldn't? Anyway, save. Save game. Totem fun. Smiley face. There we go. And we can quit now. Fantastic. Riven is very fun. I am continually baffled by it, but, you know, it's a puzzle game. That's what always happens with me, to be honest. Let's see who I can raid. A little bit of an early stop to the stream today. Just about 3 hours. But I do need to go off and do stuff. I will be live again tomorrow for more KOTOR. So more Star Wars stuff. On the Wookiee planet. Let's go /raid. And raid... I don't know. Who's live? This person's live. They're a fun person who I like. Go follow them. How dare you stop? You must be here all day. Also, I'm standing. So I don't know about 4 hours of standing. Maybe I'll do half the stream sitting and half the stream standing in future. Although I quite like the standing. I like being able to, like, jump around from foot to foot. I like being able to, like, step off camera and stuff as well. It's nice. I'm enjoying my standing setup. Anyway, bye everybody. See ya. See you tomorrow.